talked about offensive struggles in the last couple of games. How good did it feel to have an outburst that
Yeah,
night?
I mean, there was a lot of good things that happened. I mean, we hit the 2-3 run homers. We had a couple walks in there. We made a nice base running play. So it was nice. It was nice to break out. I mean, early on, I thought we threw the ball well, and they placed some balls really well in the outfield, and we ended up getting behind because of it. But it was nice to see our offense break out a little bit.
So your message got across for Monday?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought we played hard. I thought we played hard in this series. And I think that was the big thing. The message was more about effort than it was about actual, what we're doing on the field. You can't control that as much, but I thought the effort was good. I mean, highlighted by Reynolds going first to third there. Running, that's really important. So I thought we did some things well on the bases.
It's like that Sawinski at bat is kind of all of the compliments you've been paying him, like boiled down into one, right? Like a long at bat, patient, doesn't get on over his skis, and then finally gets.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about how he stays under control. I mean, 9-10 pitch at bat. I think every pitch was 96 or above, and he just continued to battle and got himself a pitch to hit in a 3-2 count and squared it up. So it was a good at bat. I mean, this kid doesn't get he doesn't get rattled very easily, and it was nice to see him get a little fruit to the roar. I don't know what the hell was that.
Fruits of his labors.
Yeah, there you go.
Shelton, you've been saying that his swing has been better than the numbers have indicated. How difficult though is it for a young player to stick with it and to stay patient when the results aren't coming?
Yeah, I think that's why positivity in a hitting room and with the hitting coach is important, because when you have young players, you have to stay positive, and I think that's one of Andy's greatest attributes is he stays positive, and it's hard, man. I mean, I know I've been there when you're not swinging the bats as well as you want. You have young kids that are learning, but I give credit to that group because I think they've stayed positive with him and never let him be in a situation where he's kind of doubted himself.
How important is positivity out on the field? Guys seeing other guys have success, and then they're the next one walking into the box.
Unbelievable. So I think it carries over, not only offensively but defensively. I mean, highlight the play that Rudy made in the ninth, going all the way to his backhand side. I mean, you watch his reaction on it. I mean, it's like a little kid playing in his backyard. He was excited. He got to a ball and made the play. But that's kind of the infectious thing we're talking about. So positivity is important, and positivity is not easy. Sometimes when you get your ass handed to you, it's not easy to be positive. But I do give our group, with the exception of that one game, they've stayed positive. Their effort's been really good.
How important can just one swing of the bat, like the Sawinski one in particular, how important can that be? Given that we tied the game up, it's late in the game, the offense have been struggling. Like, how important can just like that kind of be as a spark?
Yeah, it's definitely a spark. It's almost like there's a weight on you that kind of we go from 4-0 to 4-2 to 5-2, and then all of a sudden you're at 5-5, and it's like, okay, a little bit of a momentum shift. We're going into an off day. We got a really good part of our bullpen available, so it's like, all right, here we go. And so it can, lift that weight off a little bit.
What do you think of Shelton?
I thought he did a nice job. I mean, major league debut in the last inning, he had to go through the heart of their order. The fastball came out nice. We saw the sinker, was able to execute some breaking balls. Gave up, had some guys on base, but I didn't think he got sped up at all, which is good to see. He didn't worry about it.
Obviously paid off, but what went into putting Cal at the number 2 spot there? That's a lot of trust for a young guy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think number one, I knew Greg Temple was going to ask me about my lineup. So, no, we haven't been scoring runs, so why not mix it up? I thought Cal had good at bats. He's been having good at bats in Indy, just giving us a little bit of a different look. Throwing Brian into 1, putting Cal into 2, just kind of mix it up a little bit just to see if we could shake it up, and our guys responded to it.
Shelton, are you surprised? I mean, is power a part of Sawinski's profile? I mean, he had 19 homers at Double-A, but I mean, this is not Double-A. He's got 5 in a month.
Yeah, I think he's going to hit the ball at ballpark. He has the ability. He's got that little bit of finish to his swing where there's loft, and I think we saw him hit the one day that he just got it up in the air and backspun it, and he backspins a lot of balls on the pull side. And when you have that little bit of loft at the end of your swing, you backspin, balls are going to get out of the ballpark.
What did you think of Mitch today?
I thought he was better. I thought he came in, he stayed in attack mode. I thought we saw a better off speed. I think the slider was better than it's been previously. He composed himself. He gave up a jam shot and he gave up the base hit through the middle. But I thought, really good outing for him, just staying with his plan and staying in attack mode. And he made a hell of a play on the backup on the tag play at second that Josh did a nice job on.
Castro's been on base now in 11 of his last 13. You think he's getting more comfortable at the plate?
I think he's getting comfortable. I mean, there's learning experience, and the one thing that happens is like Rudy was up last year, so people have an idea, and he was up last year and hit 5 homers in his for his first 5 hits. So people pay attention to that, and it's not like he's a rookie that no one has a book on and how to attack him. And I think he's learning that. The walk today he had was a huge at bat for him. I mean, it was a really big at bat because he laid off some pitches, he laid off some breaking balls that were close to him that he didn't offer at. So he continues to grow and look like a big league hitter.
Derek, since the DH is so new to the National League, is it tougher for a National League team to find another DH when their regular DH is out for a while?
Yeah, I mean, some teams are built where they have a guy that does it. Most teams aren't. I mean, we haven't played Vogt first a little bit just because of his lower body. But now with having the young kids up here, I think we'll just rotate guys through it.
Any thoughts who it might be?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Shelton, you're going back to San Diego, Bednar was out there, had kind of struggled at times out there. He returns in a pretty prominent role for you. What have you seen from him just over the last year in terms of the progress that he's made and the role that he's kind of assumed?
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of transitioned himself into a back-end leverage guy, or has transitioned into a back-end leverage guy. I think the big thing is the execution of the curveball, the execution of the split. People get enamored because he's a big, strong guy, and you see 96 to 98, but the ability to throw the breaking ball, I think we saw it the other day, he threw a 2-2-1 to Hilliard, and then he backed it up with a 3-2-1. That's the evolution of him as a pitcher and being able to control it.
Sorry, I have one more. Chavis, he obviously stayed in the game, but you guys went out and checked on him. What was that?
Yeah, he got hit right underneath the elbow guard, and it was still stinging. It kind of tightened up on him. Initially, when he took the swing, he started, squeezing his hand. I thought maybe it hurt his hand, but it was just the stinger from getting hit. And he stayed in the game and made a great play on the ball down the line with Peters and in a good flip. So yeah, he's fine. It was a little tight.
Good.